practice on the starting quarterback, or
Yeah.
how did it go today? What do you see?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see those guys get reps, and it was split, but just to watch it come out here and run the offense, operate the huddle, communicate, throw the ball, hand the ball off, all those things that we needed to do, just to actually watch them and to be around them. So you can tell they put in work this summer. That's one good thing that showed up right now in practice at the quarterback position. And then, I think we had a good day in both practices. Nothing spectacular stood out. And a little bit the way the day is set up too. It's just a DNA day. We're kind of getting everything in. We're still in helmets right now. Some guys still going back to remember the tempos and how we want to practice and being coached that way. So those guys operated well, did a good job taking care of the football, did a good job operating the offense. So we'll see how we build on day 2 with that.
With Chase being able to be out there,
yeah.
and obviously did a lot more than the last time we saw him practice.
Sure.
So where's he at in terms of what he's able to do and maybe what he can't do?
Well, you guys saw it, and that's what we've been talking about. He got to his reps, and then he was done for the day. He still got quite a bit in. He did a lot of individual today. He did a lot of the one-on-one stuff. He did a lot of group work, and then he got quite a few team reps, but not completely all the way through the practice. And that was the plan. And he understands that, so I appreciate that. I know he wants to go. You get out here, and you got to just remember, you have a plan. You let the emotion take over, then you're not sticking to it. So he was really good about it. He said, "This is where you're at. You're done." And he went over there, paid attention, did everything he could from that standpoint. But just to see him, he looks good. He's worked hard. And we'll find out probably on Sunday, because we'll go 2 on, and then they have that Sunday, which is an off day practice-wise, just how he's feeling. And then that will probably help us going into Monday and Tuesday with our rep count and what we want to do. And I imagine before the first scrimmage, practice 8, he's ready to go through an entire practice, and then what does that look like for the scrimmage? We figured that out.
You had George Halani out there in the first practice today.
Yeah.
What'd you see from him, and I guess what did he do to earn a spot there in that spot already?
Well, I think the number one thing, the work he put in this summer, and as far as his ability, the work ethic, his attention to detail, the things we ask him to do. So for a young player, he has proved himself at least to come out here and practice with the first group. And today he did a good job. He's like everybody else, maybe lined up on the wrong side, whatever. There's a few little mistakes in there, but his effort, when he had the ball in his hands, what he's doing with it, and how he's finishing, those things show up. And that's what showed up in the summer. That's what showed up in the weight room. So that was where we gauged him being out here, was based off what he did and the work he put in. And I thought he was pretty good today. And I've been saying that too. I know, I think he's a good player. He's a young guy. What does that mean? How's that going to look? We start stacking days now. Day 1, these guys have really had a whole summer and 2 installs to prepare for day 1. Day 2 comes in. It's amazing how day 2 and day 1 together gets more jumbled, and then so on and so forth. We start getting to day 5. Some of these guys, we'll see their wires get crossed, and they might not even go out there and function right. So we'll see where he's at as far as just keeping up and getting in his playbook and preparing himself.
First chance to get the young guys out here and see what they can do a little bit. What'd you think of your newcomers out here this afternoon?
I thought we got some talented guys, and I saw that. I think this practice was really hard for him, and it's really not that hard. So part of that, I think a little bit is that anxiety of being unprepared. Part of that is the anxiety of not knowing every single thing that's about to happen. But the reality of it is, when you do, it's not that complicated. Right? You have a certain tempo that you play at, you go hard, you finish, and you do those type of things. And I just felt like today I think they're out here trying. I think they got very fatigued fast, and I think that got to them, and I think the practice dipped quite a bit. And that was not where it needs to be. That's not the standard. And these guys are capable of doing these things we're going to ask them to do. But football is more than just talent. Football is the work and the discipline and the toughness, and coming out here and pushing through some things like that. And I don't think today we did a great job of that. And that was addressed. We need to make sure that we do a better job of preparing them for tomorrow's practice. But today was not the standard with the young guys. And I do like our young guys, but as far as practice habits go, that's not going to help us.
What about the older guys?
I thought the older guys were good. I thought the older guys, the attention to detail with the tempo. I thought the attention to detail with the finish. I thought the attention to detail with all the drills that we were trying to get done and how we got to them. And very few guys were out here lazy throughout that practice. There's a few guys in there that we still got to elevate, and we've got to have a little more urgency from them. But as far as everybody else, and then some of the leaders on the field talking about, you know, the expectations and the standards and what we're trying to get done each period, that showed up. So those guys did a good job. I felt good about where we're at today coming out of that practice. As far as, and maybe that was one of the reasons too. Those guys had a really good practice, and these young guys got a chance to be around some of it. So you got to absorb what's happening around you. You got to have some awareness. You got to have some freaking awareness. All right, pay attention. And if you really want to be a good football player, you want to be good at anything, you pay attention to other guys that have been doing it and doing it better than you, and you watch how they do it, and you go find out that guy's really good at this, that guy's really good at this, and you go try to steal from them everything you can so you can apply it to your game. And if our young guys will take advantage of that, we'll get better. If they stand out here and they just want to be cool, then they're going to get their reps for the next 3 practices, and they'll be on scout team and they won't get any reps moving forward. And that's not what we want. We want these guys to contribute somehow.
I saw Zeke Noah's listed as a middle linebacker, and I had asked him in the spring if maybe that was in the cards, and I guess maybe it was. Is that a bit of a change? And
it
kind of maybe solves him and Riley a little bit? Or?
No, because Riley's got to get back, and he's doing that right now. But that is, for Zeke right now, that is a good spot. And I think Zeke is a middle linebacker. He's built that way. He can certainly play will linebacker. We go back and forth between Will and Mike. Those two to me are really, they're very similar. I know their jobs and responsibilities are a little bit different, but they're very similar. They're in the box. So if you're playing Will, you're playing Mike. If they run at the Will, you're like a Mike. If they run at the Mike, you're like away from you, you're like a Will. So it's just putting them at Mike, and then having Benton there, also having Bruno and some of those guys in there. They give us flexibility to move them around. And until we get that combination, to me, I think you have to cross-train them anyway, because we need the best 2 guys out there. You might be the best 2 Mike linebackers, but we need Mike and Will. We need both you guys out there, so you need to learn them both.
Right. We talked to Khalil today. Just coming off the way his year ended with the injury and stuff, but what can you expect out of him? How good can he be here in year 2?
I think he could be good. Yeah, and I thought last year he was good. It was unfortunate, when he got hurt, and he couldn't play after that. That hurt us. He's always trying to come out and elevate his game. He practices hard. He's got purpose every day. He understands what we're doing. He's very motivated. Give him a good plan. He's going to go out there and get better. So we didn't have him through injury. That was frustrating for him, and it certainly hurt us. Now, he's a guy in another year, understands it better. He's got the motor. So now you think about that. He's got better understanding. He's got a great work ethic, and we get him out there and get him his reps, there's a lot of things we can do with him. He's a weapon. He's awesome. He's an awesome teammate. When he's out there, everybody's better just because of how he plays and how he inspires others through his play. So, that's what you want. You want guys like that.